So some horrible person has key scratched my brand new BMW M5, and as you can imagine, I am absolutely gutted about it. Now, to put you in a frame of mind about how this video unfolds, it was part of a weekly vlog. We obviously do these weekly vlogs. On the Friday, it's my normal day, and the story unfolds from there. I dropped Kai to school this morning. I say to school, to the bus stop. And I put it on my Insta story. I said, Kai, I said, see you later to him. I said, Kai, don't be a dickhead, will you? And he's like, don't worry, Dad, I won't be a dickhead. I also said to him, Kai, don't be too nice. And he must have thought, Dad, what are you going on about? I think it's a good, when you've got a son in particular, a son or daughter, 11-year-old boy, he's going through life, it's all about trying to keep that balance of not being too nice, but also not being an idiot. You want to, stay in the middle at all times, because otherwise you get people walking all over you. You don't want to be too nice, but at the same time you don't want to be horrible over. That's in life, not just in general life, not as a schoolboy. In life in general, as you grow up and become an adult, you want to teach your children to be the best adult they can be, and that's the role as a parent, isn't it? You're bringing them up to be little adults. You're not bringing them up to be children. Yeah, weekend's coming, man. Saturday tomorrow, we're going to sell some cars. Then it's Sunday. You never know with a Saturday or a Sunday which one's going to be the busier one. Usually it's a Saturday, but last weekend the Sunday was just mental. So let's just see how the weekend unfolds.
And now if we fast forward to Saturday morning, you'll notice that my mood has changed slightly.
I am angry, man. I'm annoyed because someone's keyed my car. Someone's keyed my M5, man. It's a brand new car. I've had it literally a few weeks. Parked outside my house last night. I can't physically get it on the driveway because I've got no driveway at the minute. The builders are still in the progress of, obviously you lot know I've moved into my new house recently. They're in the process of doing the driveway. They haven't done it yet. They're on it, not their fault whatsoever. So I've got no choice. I've been driving that Range Rover, as you lot know. I've been driving that Range Rover. The reason why I've been driving that old Range Rover is because I can't get my M5 on the drive. So I've been driving the old Ranger up on the drive. I can get that over the bump. Yesterday I come to work in the M5. I went to jump in the Range Rover. Paul had taken the Range Rover annoyingly. Again, not his fault. He took the Range Rover. He had to do an airport run, take my mum to the airport. So I jumped in the M5 last night. It was unplanned, didn't intend on bringing this car home last night. Parked it outside my house, and I've woke up this morning, walked up towards the car, and I've literally, you can see it, I'll show you the footage now. As I've gone up to it, I've shocked, I've noticed it straight away, and like, how the hell is this? I find keying cars one of the most malicious things you can do to someone's car. Like, regardless now, that panel needs to be painted. You could smash that, I know if you smash it out with a hammer, obviously it's gonna need filler or whatever, but that car now, it needs to go to a body shop. Like, there's no way around it. You can get a smart repair, but it's bad. They've done a proper job of it. I literally noticed it instantly, because it's obviously below the driver's door handle, it stood out straight away. And the thing with like debatably, is it jealousy? Is it the fact that I've got my car parked on a road? Maybe that's irritated someone, I don't know. Obviously we've had this recently with a Range Rover as well. It's mad. When it happened, I was like, this is typical. But people were just, so many people are full of anger, and jealousy is another thing as well. The thing with like something like this, all you're doing to the world is showing the world what you feel about yourself. I've now got a scratch on my car. Today I'm annoyed, but it's not going to change my direction in life. It's not going to change me. It's not going to change who I am. But it just shows me the type of person you are. That person that's done it, they get a little dose of joy, which they would have done. They'd been like, yes, that made me feel good. But then after that little dose of joy, they then just go back to their own little miserable life, don't they? And that's the problem that they've got to deal with in life. Keying someone's car is not going to fix what's going on in your life. You need to fix what's going on in your life, and you will not feel the need to key someone's car. It's as simple as that. Now on the plus side, we do have CCTV footage. So I haven't been through it yet. I'm busy, I ain't got time for that. It's annoying that I've now got to make the time to scan through CCTV footage, but I am going to get the CCTV footage. It's clear as day. You can see the car, you can see the scratch. We're going to find out who it is, and I'm going to have to go and knock on their door and say, like, what the hell are you going to do about my car? Because this is not acceptable. The car's taxed, it's insured, it's on a road. It's not a busy road as well, by the way. It's just a normal, peaceful little road in a lovely little village, just outside of Luton. Yes, it is an LU postcode, but it's a lovely place. And you just don't expect to see that. It's very, very annoying. And car people, obviously my channel is filled with car people, so a lot of people will relate to this. It's very, very frustrating. And I do want to get to the bottom of it. I have to get to the bottom of it. Either way, I've got to get that painted, which is one, annoying, but two, there's a whole nother side of it. I want to find who's done it and what are they saying about it. So hopefully we'll get something worked out in this video. Either way, it'd be cool to make them famous again, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is like another situation of the cone with the grumpy old man. We're going to find this person, clear as day, the CCTV, and I don't know, maybe make an example of them. I don't know yet until I see the footage. So yeah. Do you know, before we continue with this story, there's something I really want to clear up. The key scratch on my car, right? If you do a car vertical check on my M5 now, it will still show up as it's completely clear, right? Because car vertical have no information, they've got no knowledge on the fact that this car's been scratched. If we then get the car painted, if we don't report it to the insurance company, they will still have no knowledge that the car has been painted. Therefore, when you do a car vertical check on my car before and after it's been painted, it will still show all green ticks. A car is only categorized by an insurance company. If the insurance company or the car after it's been damaged doesn't go through any insurance, then it will not show up on a car vertical check. I'm doing this obviously because Car Vertical are the main sponsor of my channel. By the way, if you do a car vertical check when you're buying a used car, use my code CCD to get 20% off. I will link them below. Another incredible example, this fascinates me, this one. Mr. Bean's McLaren F1. 1997 P-Reg McLaren F1. It's been in two very well-known accidents, one of which was horrendous. It was really, really bad. That car, I assume, was recovered from the side of the road and taken to a local body shop. It couldn't have gone through the insurance because if you look at the car vertical check on that car, you'll see that it's all green ticks. But we all know that that car has been in an accident. That is not a fault of Car Verticals. It's just the fact that they don't have satellites everywhere. They don't watch everything that's going on in the world and seeing what's going. Like, if that car's been damaged, then we're going to add that to our history check. They just get information from insurance companies. If a car has been in an insurance accident, it's been reported for insurance, then it will show up on your car vertical check. But when you buy a used car, you need to use your logic as well, yeah? I'll show you an example of a car that has been in an accident, has been through insurance, and is categorized. That check there, you'll see that there is an amber flag on the damage, and you can see clearly there is pictures of the damage, and Car Vertical have all of that knowledge on the background history of that car, right? On the plus side of the back of getting my car scratched, once I do eventually get it painted, it won't be categorized, but it is still very annoying. I'll link Car Vertical below. Let's continue with telling the story about the M5.
Guys, I'm going to be going live on the Planet of Dreams Instagram tonight at 9 PM to announce the winner of our massive spec low mileage BMW M2. If you're still want to enter for your chance to win that car, you can get one entry for completely free, and additional entries are just 7p each. If you're a dream catcher, you are already, of course, automatically entered. Good luck for tonight. I'll see you in the live stream.
I actually dropped Kai to school this morning, and you know what I said to him? The Kai, if anyone hits you, you hit them back. But I also said, just giving this birdie some water, Kai, obviously don't ever hit someone for no reason, because that's nasty. By the way, when I just pulled in, there was a bird over there, and it looked like it was dying. And I gave it water, and it brought it back to life. I reckon that bird needs water. It's so hot, it needs water. Let's get some water for the bird. You need water, don't you? There you go. Got a bit more spring in your step now, ain't you? You're fine. Yes, we saved a birdie. Anyway, very busy weekend at Binker. We've got some really nice cars in stock at the minute. We've had some nice stuff come in as well. We sold a blue Transit van that came from a subscriber of the channel. Came in as a part exchange. He bought a Land Rover of us that also come from a subscriber of the channel. So, you know, thanks to everyone for keep coming back to us. Really, really good. This car here is actually, this is the one we bought recently. I say car, van, from my friend Simon in Luton. That went out of the weekend as well. I say it went out. They've viewed it, took a deposit on it. This is the Disco that we bought from subscribers to the channel as well. That's now my daily driver because, of course, I can't really drive my M5 at the minute, and we've got an update on that situation. My car's my pride and joy, firstly, but secondly, intentions are everything, right? My intention to park my car on the road, and my road, by the way, it's a quiet road. I mean, it's a used road. It's a quiet road. I'm considerate. I'm not trying to overhang on the path. I'm not trying to, you know, intrude too much on the road. I'm considerate of other drivers. I didn't park my car on my drive purely because I couldn't physically do it. My intentions were not to annoy anyone. The intentions of the guy who scratched my car, which we have an update on that, he is a guy, I can confirm, were nasty. The guy's definitely jealous, definitely nasty. He's just not a happy person, right? I have since checked the CCTV. Took me time, yeah? Took me a bit of time out of my life to now work out who the person is that had scratched the door on the M5. I finally discovered who that person was, and it turns out it was just an old man that lives up the road from me.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet ex-police officer Billy, short for Silly Billy. That's not actually his real name, but for the benefit of the video, we'll keep it as that. Now, I have blurred his face and I'll explain why I've done that later in the video, but for context, he is a short, white Englishman, roughly in his late 50s, early 60s. He was on his way back from the pub on Friday night and for whatever reason decided he wanted to scratch my car. And that sound there, that's his key on my door.
It turns out that he also owns a nice shiny new BMW. Not quite as nice as my one though, which is probably why he wanted to have a little dig at mine. He owns another car as well, and both of his cars now miraculously both have scratches down either side. No idea who done that, but Kai, if someone hits you, you hit them back, yeah? You make sure you do that, because that's really important. But don't do it for no reason, because that's nasty. Now, me as an influencer, I say influencer in inverted commas, influencer, right? I take this role extremely seriously, and I make sure that influence an example. I like to set a good example. Now, it is not good to fuel a situation. It's not good to make a situation worse. The person that I've become today is the person that I've always wanted to be. I've always dreamt to be. I've literally become the man that I want to be. The man that I want to be wants to ignore this situation, move on, because negative energy, negative situations, it's a waste of time. The person that I grew up to be, or grew up as, would have wanted to go further into that situation, because although it's just a key scratch on my car, as a car guy, a petrol head, that's not just my car. Like, that is my pride and joy, that car. I've just had it modified. You lot know, I love that car. But at the same time, back to influence, example, and being the man that I want to be, getting wrapped up in all these negative, anger, pointless thoughts really is no good for anybody, right? I'm talking about this like it's a huge thing. It ain't that big. It's a scratch on the card. We move on, guys. That's the point. We do move on, and it is very, very annoying. It doesn't solve the fact that it has happened. Like, this has happened. I still have no idea why it's happened. I have an idea of why it's happened. I think if I didn't just build my own house and buy a brand new car, if that was an old derelict house and I drove a Nissan Micra, for example, then I think it's highly likely that my Nissan Micra wouldn't have got a key scratch down the side of it. Therefore, I would say that the problem is not within me. The problem is within the other person. Very simple stuff. But the conclusion to the situation is, I need to get my M5 door repainted. A little bit annoying, might be able to get a smart repair. Might even find some amazing polisher out there. If anyone's out there is able to help, I'd appreciate it. I won't be rushing at doing it. For the time being, until my driveway's done, I can't drive my M5. I'm not going to. I cannot risk it getting any further damage. Going back to the word influence, and as I just mentioned, it is a role that every influencer should take super seriously. I want to be a positive influence to everyone that watches me. I want to make sure that everyone that watches me comes away from watching one of my videos and feels motivated, feels positive, feels excited about their lives, feels like they want to go in a positive direction in life. And that's really, really important to me. And I didn't realize that when I first began. I began filming cars because I just love cars. I began filming my business because I love business. But then as you develop in, the channel develops, and we're years on now, we've been doing this over 10 years. I've realized that the most important thing is that I set a good example to everyone. And energy, it's a small word, but it's a massive word, right? Whilst your mind is consumed with anything negative, and this applies to, whatever situation you've got going on in your life right now, to whoever you are, that is not doing you no favors, because naturally you don't just fall deeper into that train of thought. You also attract more of negative. But whilst you're focusing on positive and your mind's clear and you're feeling more neutral and natural, your mind will attract more neutral, natural and positive situations and scenarios, because that's what you deserve. Every single one of us does. So my message, if you like, for this video is think positive and you'll attract positive. Off the back of this, because with the cone situation on the Range Rover, which coincidentally only happened a few weeks ago, we managed to raise a total of £400 for a children's cancer charity. That cone was raffled off at my car show, and I said, whatever bid it gets, I'm going to match that bid. It sold for 200 quid in the auction, so I've matched it of another £200. On this process of me trying to get to the bottom of the M5 situation, I crossed paths with a subscriber of the channel who has a son that is autistic. So this has pretty much zero relevance to this story, but to me personally it has a massive relevance, and I would personally like to put £500 into a children's autism pot off the back of my BMW being scratched. I will link that link in the description below for anyone else that wants to contribute, whether it be £1, 50p, whatever. It does of course all help, and I think it's really, really important that anything negative, we combine it and we try in any way we can to make something positive out of it. And off the back of this as well, my M5 now needs the door painting, as we just mentioned. I haven't concluded yet what the best direction to go with that is, but I will ensure without a doubt that situation will be nothing but positive. If someone you know has just bought themselves a new car, they're successful in life, whether it be in business, in family, they've just had a baby, or they've just built their own house, they've bought their own house, they've moved into their new home, whatever, something good has happened. Not good by opinion, good by fact. Yeah, they've worked hard and they've achieved something good in their life. That there is positive. If anybody has any kind of negative opinion or feeling on that situation, that is their problem. Not the succeeder's person, not the other person's problem. If you are one of those people that feels negative towards positive, then you really, really need to work on yourself, because you'll get to the end of your life like this guy, who is an older gentleman. Gentleman's probably the wrong use of word. In fact, we will not use the word gentleman. He's an older fella. He's still not happy. He has less time, I hope, on this planet than I do, right? In his short space of time that he's got left, I don't think he's going to find happiness. And I think that's really, really important, that you find a neutral ground within yourself. And if you have any of those feelings, they generally come from childhood. And if you have any of those feelings within you, it's so important that you iron them out, because they won't affect other people. They will only affect you and your life. I grew up in Luton, as you lot know, and on my journey through life as a child, I learned that every wrong action should, without a doubt, have a consequence. I've punched and I've been punched, right? Because when you do wrong, there deserves to be a consequence. Some people go through life and for some mad reason, they do not suffer consequence for their wrongdoings. No idea why, but I do believe that whether it be a physical return of a consequence action or karma, either way, they do ruin their own lives. And I am a believer of that. Understand that if you have a problem with me, you can talk to me. I'm a very approachable person. You can easily have a conversation with me. I will take your side on board. If you've got an issue with anything I'm doing, I'll listen, we'll sort it out, right? This guy should have just knocked on my door, had a chat with me and said, "Excuse me, sir, your car's in the way of nobody. Can we talk about you moving it?" I would have said, "I really want to move it. I really do not want my car on the roadside. I'm going to get it on my driveway once my driveway is done." Solved, yeah? Simple as that. If you have a problem with someone, do not go down the cowardly route of dealing with it. Deal with it by speaking to them, because a conversation can do so many situations a world of good.
Have you got a car to sell or thinking about selling your car sometime soon? Well, when that time comes, you can list it for free to our thousands of traders who are ready to buy on enterreg.com. It's easy, it's convenient. As I mentioned, it's free as well. But what's really great about enterreg.com is you are supporting local car dealers. It's my own platform that we've built ourselves as a family. So when the time comes, keep us in mind. It's an easy one to remember, enterreg.com.
I think for this, by the way, I'm wearing this t-shirt currently because something that's happened this week. Of course, we're moving forward with the rebrand of Binker, which I'm super proud of, I'm super excited about. And again, positive direction is priority. We're going to go for a smarter look. This is an old t-shirt, and I think I'm going to go for polo shirts, because I think polo shirts, they're better presented, they look better. So we're going to, it's completely different change of direction with what we were just speaking about, but it's something that I'm excited about. So just thought I'd try this t-shirt on and get it in the outro, right? One thing I do want to say, something just sprung to mind as well, the police. The police. I could have reported this situation to the police, but the police have taught me previously, as we know on the channel, that last year my M3 got stolen. I got it on CCTV and it's clear as day. We know the guys don't, blah, blah, blah. The police done absolutely nothing, because I would assume that people are going to comment and say, okay, why don't you report it to police, let the police deal with it. That could have happened, yeah? I just don't, if the police are too busy to deal with a £20,000 car being stolen, they are definitely, they without a doubt do not have time to deal with someone scratching my car. Whether I've got perfect CCTV footage or not, it is completely pointless, unvaluable, and a waste of time. If you're a copper, by the way, let me know in the comments below if you think that statement is true. But thanks everyone, honestly, thanks everyone for all your support with the channel. We absolutely love it. My team here at Binker, Calvin's Car Diary, Planet Dreams, we absolutely love this journey. Plenty ahead, and it does include getting that door fixed on the M5. Please, if you are new, do hit that subscribe button. Hit like, yeah, hit that like button if you like this video. I'll link that charity in the description below as well, and I'll see you lot in next Sunday's vlog. See you later.
After filming this video, I had a chat with Billy where he explained that he doesn't remember scratching the car and feels that he could have perhaps blacked out at that moment in time and basically had no knowledge of it happening whatsoever. But when I showed him the footage, he obviously couldn't deny. He has since paid me some money, apologised loads, and I've shook his hand. And in my mind, this is now completely over. I want to get on with everyone around me, and that does include Billy. So doing a video now after everything has been concluded to expose his identity and all that sort of drama, negative stuff, I was not about to do that. But I am a YouTuber, I've got an audience to entertain, I've also got a team of editors that I want to keep busy, and thirdly, I'll obviously make money out of this video, so it's nothing but positive for me. On that note, I will link our vertical in the description below. Use that code CCD to get 20% off, and I'll see ya in the next video. Have you got a car to sell or thinking about selling your car sometime soon? Well, when that time comes, you can list it for free to our thousands of traders who are ready to buy on enterreg.com. It's easy, it's convenient. As I mentioned, it's free as well. But what's really great about enterreg.com is you are supporting local car dealers. It's my own platform that we've built ourselves as a family. So when the time comes, keep us in mind. It's an easy one to remember, enterreg.com.